Hello everyone. So today let's start to discuss the topic chromosome theory of inheritance. Okay. So actually earlier we have studied about Mendel's what is gene, what is allele, isn't it? Genes, that is the hereditary unit, alleles that are the alternative forms of gene, then chromosomes, isn't it, which are the vehicles of heredity or inheritance. So after all that actually Mendel's whatever he have studied or whatever he have experimentally proved was not scientifically accepted earlier, isn't it? That we already know. But later what happened, various experiments were conducted, and after the discovery of actually chromosomes, then what you say is genes, alleles, then what happened? A theory was formulated which is known as the chromosome theory of inheritance, which was proposed by Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri. And according to this theory, Mendelian factors are located on the chromosomes which shows segregation and independent assortment at the time of transmission from one generation to the next. That means the genes and the chromosomes both show together segregation, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. Okay, that is an important thing in case of this chromosomal theory of inheritance. Now there are some important features in this chromosomal theory. So first is that the gametes means the sperms and the ovum, they constitute a bridge between one generation to the next generation. Okay, and they carry these hereditary traits. That means when the gametes are being transferred from the parents to the offsprings, that is the sperm from the father, the ovum from the mother, that means they are carrying the hereditary traits, the genetic constitutions from the parents to the offsprings. Okay, that is an important point. Then both the sperm and egg contribute equally in the heredity of the offsprings. That means whenever contribution is considered, okay, some conditions come from the mother, some from the father, isn't it? So they will contribute equally. Now the sperm, it provides the nuclear part to the zygote, whereas the both fuse together and fertilize to form the zygote, okay, during fertilization. So both will contribute equally towards the heredity of the offspring. Then you see the third point, which indicates that the nucleus contains the chromosomes which carry the hereditary traits. That means the hereditary traits means genes, isn't it? So within the nucleus actually chromosomes are present, and these particular chromosomes, they carry the genes which will be transmitted. Every chromosome pair has a definite role in the development of an individual. That means loss of chromosome, addition of chromosome that we study in during mutation, okay, these all play an important part in the heredity, okay, of the offspring. Like the hereditary traits, the chromosomes retain their number, structure and individuality throughout the lifetime, from generation to generation. That means if one particular organism is with a particular definite set of chromosomes, so definitely what happened, the offsprings will also maintain the same set of chromosomes, same type of structure chromosome. So that is fixed during heredity. Now both chromosomes and genes, they occur in pair in the somatic or diploid cells. Okay, that means they will occur in pair. Now chromosomes also occur in pair, and genes also, they are present in the chromosomes which will similarly occur in pairs. The genetic homogeneity and heterogeneity, dominance, recessive, all these are suggested by this theory. So these are all present in chromosomal theory. So while we are studying the chromosome type and behavior, dominant chromosome, recessive chromosome, homozygous, heterozygous, all conditions we will get in here. Then the homologous chromosomes, they synapse during meiosis. Now we know what is synapses, isn't it? During crossing over we have studied. Then in meiosis what happened, they will develop a force of attraction, synapses. Then they will segregate. They segregate means they will separate independently into different cells. Okay, that means they will follow both segregation and law of independent assortment. Now, in many organisms, the sex of an individual is determined by specific chromosomes called the sex chromosomes. So, sex chromosomes are important. So, these will determine actually whether the organism is male or female. So, they also play an important part in determination of sex. So, these are all the basic things regarding the chromosome theory of inheritance. Okay, so these are the main points, the main features of chromosome theory. And then after this, actually what happened, while we are studying this, we can find some similarities between genes and the chromosomes. Now, genes are also known as the Mendelian factor. That means what, they both are transmitted from one generation to the next. That is an important point. Then they occur in homologous pairs. Okay, what we have already studied here. Then before division, they replicate. They both segregate during gamete formation. They fuse together but restore their diploid chromosome number. Okay. Then they follow the law of segregation and even the law of independent assortment. So, parallelism is observed in case of genes as well as in chromosomes. Okay. And this chromosome theory of inheritance is important part. Go through this, the points, the statement of the theory, who first proposed it, all these parts are important.